Hi, welcome to my channel. I am the Hommeyosh, and we're going to go over Character Creator 3. Well, Character Creator, they have Character Creator 4 out now. I've been using Character Creator 3, and I'm going to generate a character so we can export it into Blender, and then from there we're going to model our own clothing from that character, and we're going to give them more character. So if you would like to get Character Creator, go on to Resolution Hub and .com, and you can download Character Creator. You get a free trial. I believe it's like you can get 15 download or exports of characters. I did pay some. I had to pay for a license about 8 months ago. I'm not sure how much it is now, but it's not something you have to keep paying monthly. You just pay one time, but you get to try it out yourself for 30 days. Get the free trial, and if you don't have Blender, just go to blender.org and download it. So that's what we're gonna get into today. So stay tuned, and let's do this. Okay, we're starting up Character Creator 3. And this is the opening. You can get product demos, training resources, check for updates, get more contact. We can go into this later. Right now I just want to get in here, get a character, grab it so we can do some work. So let me close this right here, and let me bring in Character Creator. Okay, automatically it starts off with a female. We're going to use a male. So what I want to do is I want to select full body, and I'm just going to select the male here. Up here you can go through. This is your hair, your skin specials. Just different things like tattoos, acne, just things you want to do with the skin. This right here is makeup, clothing. You can select for your character. You know, here's some boxers. Yeah, that's just the rundown. But right now we're just going to select the male character. Apply. We're going to get rid of the top. Okay, so I want to make them a little unique. So I want to go over to this morphing area here. You got his whole body. We can morph his chest. We'll bring him down a little bit. Yeah. His height. Chest height. Chest width. And brought him up a little bit. And give him some boobs. Alright, this does the proximity, brings his chest in a little bit. And this is the scale. Oh, he's right about there. Make him look like He-Man. If you hit J, you can do his head, mess with his cheeks, his cheekbone scale. And we want to puff him up a little bit more. Do the ears, lower them, heighten them. You just get them where you want. Get what you want. We're just gonna make this real quick. You could spend hours, you know, going through a different character. Stretch Armstrong. You just pull. I'm just left clicking, and I'm just going up and down. Give him a little bit bigger arms. There we go. It's He-Man. So I'm gonna come over to here. This is the hair, and we're just gonna give him a little makeover. Let's give him a hair mustache and a little gruff. I'm double clicking on the left mouse button. Voila. Alright, we can also change his skin color, his skin tone, but that's for another video. So what I want to do is I just want to make sure that I bake all this, and I'm going to go in here and I'm going to save my project. Here's some other things that I've done that I've worked with. I want to get these. I'm going to sample these out, and I'm going to get them. I'm going to put a file out on YouTube later on this month where you guys can download these characters that I made. So yeah, but right now I'm just going to call this guy Guy. Why not? He sounds like a good guy. So we're going to save him. So that's it for CC3. I'm just going to pull this over. Wait, no, that's not it. I'm sorry. We still have to export him. So I'm going to export the character as an FBX closed character. And on here, I'm going to make sure I put it as Blender, Motion and Mesh, Enable Text, Textures, no. Current pose. Now you can go through this and just find out what's what and what best works for you and your computer. This is what works best for me. Delete hidden faces. It all works the same way. This is the best. And so I just export this way. This is just telling you anything you change UVs in the mesh type or any of the T-pose data, you can't bring it back into Character Creator 3. But that's for another video. So we're going to hit OK. We're going to call him Guy. See, we don't have any other guys here. And we're going to save Guy. Now this is where it gets fun, if this isn't already fun. I mean, I purchased this back in like 7-8 months ago, I think, and I believe I paid $150 for it then. You could call and probably get a better deal, just call their customer service, but they give you a free trial for 30 days. They give you, I believe, to be 15 downloads. Don't quote. I mean exports as far as your FBA, your character, what I just did, and I think that's about it. And after the 15, you know, you gotta buy a license. Now it's not like Adobe where you have to buy the license every month. You pay $16, or every year you pay $250 or something like that. You buy it, that's it. You move on. They have other different software you can use, different plugins, but I prefer using Blender. Blender's just, it's a lot easier. It really is. They have a little pipeline, and you can also use a pipeline for Unreal, so you can bring your character and use them Unreal. It was really great. I used them last semester when I was doing Unreal, and I brought in my own characters, and I had lots of fun doing it. So we're done with that. So I'm just gonna slide this out of here. Let's bring up Blender. Okay, and again, those of you who don't have Blender, go to blender.org, download it. It's for free. It's very useful. Download this CC3, try it out. You get a 30-day trial. You get 15 exports. It's an awesome. It really is. It saves you time trying to create a character. Like we just did our own character in what wasn't even 10 minutes. So right now we're I just deleted the cube, and what I like to do is I just want to get these guys out of the way. So I'm going over to my collections, and I'm just hitting the little eyeball icon thing, FBX, and that closes them out. So I'm going to go File, and I'm going to Export. And I'm going to go to where I had those files downloaded at. There's my video, Blender projects, Blender 3, another CC3, and we labeled the guy. There he is. Oh, I'm sorry. We gotta import. Let's import. So we'll just do that one more time. Go to where I have guy at. Under CC3. Here's my guy. Now if I did everything right, he should show up. There we go. Alright. So now we're going to get rid of everything except his base body. Well, not get rid of it. We're just going to close it off. You can't see it. So we're hitting this little eye icon. And then from there, I'm going to hit Shift D to duplicate and click. So, and then from there, I'm going to hit shade, right click and hit shade. Okay, let's go. Let me pull back a little bit. Alright, shift duplicate my body. I'm going to call this, I'm just going to say we're just going to do the pants for this video. And then I'm going to hit M, new collection, and I'm going to call it bottom. Okay, and then I'm going to close out body, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go shade flat, and then I'm going to go to edit mode, and I'm going to hit the number 3, and that's going to take me to faces, and I'm going to go to my select mode, and I'm going to put select lasso. I am going to hit like in the middle of his belly button, the squiggly line next to the 1. View selected, zooms in a little bit, and I'm going to select the area that I need, and I'm also going to put it in X-ray mode to make sure I select everything I want. So I'm going to select half the belly button here, and I'm going to work my way upwards. Pull out, zoom out, shift, left click, drag over the places that I want to highlight. Make sure I don't forget anything. I'm going to pull out of X-ray mode, zoom in to the area, and I'm going to hold in shift and left click, and then I'm going to hit control and just fill in the areas. Hit shift, left, hit control, left click, shift left click, control left click, control left click, control left click, shift, control left click, control left click, control left click, control left click, control left click. Alright, so that's the area that I want to get rid of. Okay, so I'm going to hit delete, and I'm going to delete faces. So I'm going to, looks like we got some stragglers over here. Let's get rid of them. Delete faces. So then I'm going to go down to his feet. I'm going to hold in Alt, then I'm going to hold in Shift and then Alt, and then left click on this area. So now I highlighted, that's where the cutoff point is going to be. So I'm going to go into my X-ray mode, make sure I highlight everything. I'm going to hold in Shift, and I'm just going to hold my left click and drag over these areas. Bring it down, just wrap around everything I want to highlight. Come out of X-ray mode, look around, make sure everything's where you want it to be. Delete faces, and the faces are deleted. Excellent. So now I'm going to go into X-ray mode, and I'm going to select everything again. And now I want to go into materials, and I'm going to hit new material. And I'm going to go, let's give him some white pants. And I want to use the metallic and turn the roughness down a little bit. So we're then gonna assign the material to the pants. You used to have the material, as you can look at the material here, all this material was the skin before. So we just changed it all. see, here's the new material. We can change the color, blue. We can have it black. You can go to object mode, go to shade smooth. But I want to do a little bit more work on this. So edit mode. Zoom into the area that I want. I select it. I hit the squiggly mark. View selected. I gotta look up what that is. The one next to the squiggly mark. If somebody knows what it is, leave it in the down below in the comments. I just call it. It's right under the escape and next to the one. So you just hold that in. View selected. It goes to the view. So where do I want to be at? Is that a good selection? No, I want to select right here actually. I'm going to hit Alt and select that area. Then I'm going to hit I to intersect just a little bit, and then I'm going to extrude. So just hit E just a tiny bit. There you go. So on the other side, I'm going to do the same thing. The same area. I'm going to hit Alt, left click. Got to hit I to intersect. I'm going to hit E to extrude. Make sure it matches. And I take that back. Control Z, Control Z. Let me go back. Alright, I need to make a new material. And we want this material to be white. And we're going to bring the metallic up a little bit and the roughness down just a little bit more. And I'm going to assign this material. I take that back again. We haven't even done the UVs. So I got to do the UVs here first. So what we're going to do is assign them basically a texture for, we got to do the shading. So I go into shading here. And I got a couple textures here that I want to put in. Let me bring them up. Okay, I have them here. There they are. Move this up under my images. Now we can just drag these in. Under add-ons, just hit bump. You want to hit color to height and normal to normal. Now as you can see, we have our bump map. That's a little too big. So what I want to go into UV editing and I want to select everything. So just make sure you have everything selected. I think it's Shift A. No, just A. That's right. A to select everything. Okay, zoom out. Select these two, hit G, drag them over to the image. And then select them all. And then hit scale. And you want to scale them out. As you can see, it's looking more like a texture. UV editing. And let's scale this out a little bit more. Now it's starting to look like some fabric. And if you'd go into, if you would just right click on it and hit shade smooth, you can see we can get it a little bit more smoother. We'll deal with that later. but that's the texture for the pants. So now we can move on and do the sides. So same area I want to do that we were doing before. So I want to intersect. Oh no, we gotta do the material. Go some metallic. Fine. Take down the roughness a little bit. Okay, then I want to intersect. And then I want to extrude. Same thing on the other side. And then hit the Alt. Assign the new material. Hit my intersect. Was his is I. E to extrude. And there it is. We can put a little bit more style onto it. Just hit Alt. I for intersect. And then hit scale, just to scale it out a bit. And then you can hit assign new material. And we can give him a holster for his gun. Just select the areas. Intersect. And then go to your UV editing. Since you already have that selected. G. And then just scale it upwards. So now it's like a different texture, as you can see. And then just hit E to extrude to scale that out a little bit. Hit I to intersect. Just a little bit. And there we go. And if we would go and turn everything on now. And we go to our object mode. You can see it doesn't really, looks almost like pants, but not what we want them to. But now we can get into our modifiers. We can go to shading smooth. And I'll go into add modifier, and what I want to do is subdivision surface, and I want to make this, I'll just raise this by 2 and this one by 3, and then I'll add another modifier called solidify, and I want to pick this from offset -1 to just 1, and this turn to 0.8, and as you can see, that increased the thickness, and now we have a pair of pants for our character. Isn't that great? So let's go ahead and render that out real quick. Oh, I need to add in my my camera. Let me hit Shift A, go down here to camera. And there's our character. Doesn't have a lot of light, so let's add a sun. Shift A, light, sun. Let's hit G. Now, if your hotkeys are not, I'm sorry, you have different. If you just hover over your tools, you can see your shortcut keys. You can also change them by right-clicking and add to quick favorite, change shortcut, remove shortcut. It's all here. So that's how you do it. Just right click over the tools, hover over it to get your hot, or if you want to change it like I did to G or rotate to R, you can change those that way. But let's get back to our character here. We want to make the sun a little brighter. A little bit of brightness, a little bit of sunshine. Alright, so we're going to turn this up to, let's turn it up to 10. Let's see what it looks like. I don't like the casting the shadow. Alright, a little too bright, I guess. Let's turn this down to, let's say, 7.5. Well, we can mess around with all these later. We can bring in a new character. Plus, I want to know why my character turned green. But the basics was the pants. How to make the uniform. It's so easy to just take the mesh out. You can do what you want. You can make pants. You make shirts the same way. Just use the top. Just use the mesh. And just use the solidify. After you're done doing all your UV editing, your shading, then use your modifiers at the end. Don't use them before. And if you're having problems with your modifier, with the textures at all, you can always stay on shading mode while you're working, or you can go into your different renders and turn off your settings, like as far as shadows go, and just make it a little, so you're not using as much processing power. But that's it for now. If you want to render your image, you want to save your image, you just go under images here and save as to wherever you wanted to save it at. I am going to save mine to the project, and I'm going to put this on my thumbnail. Yep, so that's it for now. So we'll get ahead and we'll do more next video. Eventually I'll get into a little bit more about CC3 character creator. They have CC4 now, character creator 4 available, but I I always wait for a year before I get the new installment. That's just the way I am. There's always bugs they gotta work out. Like right now I'm on 3.1. I'm not gonna get 3.2. I'm just gonna let it, let it go for maybe like 6 months to 8 months. Let them, get all the bugs out, because there's always bugs with new programs, new software. So if you're gonna download, you don't have Blender downloaded yet, download the older version. Download CC3 before you try out CC4. Just try out just clothing, try out the characters, get all the trials. If you like it, that's great. Later on, I will go over how to make your own character by scratch in Blender. But I just wanted to get this out there, show you how to make some clothes and stuff. Till then, keep creating. Like I said, I'll put out another video. Leave some comments, and I appreciate the likes and subscribes and all the love. Peace out.